Hello, this is Keith Hadley from Longfield, and I'm going to be demonstrating the binary tree CMT for CoExistence tool, specifically showing how it deals with delegation. In the notes environment, I've got two users, a manager, Joe Bloggs, and an assistant with delegated access called Jack Spratt. In Outlook, I've got two users, a manager called George Green and an assistant, Jack Black. I'm going to be using the Outlook 2007 client as Jack to create some meetings with users on behalf of George. And I'm going to use OWA to keep an eye on George's mailbox, just so that we can see what comes and goes in there. Okay, in this example, I'm going to create a meeting in George's calendar from Jack. So let's create a meeting for tomorrow morning. And I'm going to invite a notes user, Joe Bloggs. Put in a subject, testing delegation. Put in a location and send. So switch to my notes client, see the meeting has arrived, the invitation, which I'll open, and we can see that the chair of the meeting is set to George Green, but the sent by is showing Jack to indicate that it was sent on behalf. So I shall accept that meeting, which will obviously send the message back to Outlook. Switch back into the inbox. Wait for the message to arrive. Okay, you can see the message has arrived in the inbox, and this is the inbox of Jack, which is the delegate who sent the meeting request. If we look in OWA, we can also see here that the meeting has arrived there. I'm not going to process it there. Open the meeting notice here, and we can see that it says that Joe Bloggs has accepted the meeting. If I close that and go into the calendar, open up the actual meeting event in the calendar, click on the tracking, I can see that the names are all correct here. George is shown as the meeting organizer and Joe has accepted it as a required attendee. Next test that I'm going to do will be more or less the same, except that I'm going to process the meeting in Notes as the delegate. So you'll see how the delegation from Notes works back to Outlook. So just create a new meeting. Again, we'll invite Joe. Testing delegation 2. Send that. Now what I'm going to do in Notes is switch to my delegate account, which is this one. Just put the user ID account password in. Open the mailbox. And it's this last item here, and Notes is forwarding on meeting requests from George to this account, Jack Spratt, and it provides me with a doc link. So if I click on that, it will take me into the Notes mailbox of George. And again, we can see that the chair of the meeting is George Green, and the meeting was sent by Jack. And I can now, in fact, I'm going to respond with a comment, and I shall say meeting accepted by Jack, just so that we can see the difference. Send that. Switch back into Outlook. Wait for the message to arrive. Message has appeared in the inbox. Open it up. Now this one obviously tells us that the acceptance is by Jack Spratt on behalf of Joe Bloggs. If I open up the calendar, we can see one attendee has accepted, and if I go into tracking, it shows that the required attendee, Joe, has accepted the meeting, even though it was actually accepted by the delegate Jack.